All right. What's going on, Facebook family? Coming to you live and direct from Eugene, Oregon. Actually, Eugene, Oregon, and Springfield. Because I'm like right on the border. Technically, it's Springfield, but we're on the border of Eugene here at the world famous track town, because this is where the Olympic trials are held every 4 years. And just recently, we did have some track and field events that again took the world stage with again the world's best of the best, United States, and it was just a lot of people here during that time. And usually whenever we have the influx of people, there's some kind of event going on at the U of O, whether it's track and field, football, which is the two main reasons why a lot of people will, just inundate this little community, and literally just be people everywhere. But anyway, that's just a side note. Just let you know where I'm at in the world. And if you are tuning in now or the live, or you're going to see this in the replay, type in the comments where you're coming from, and your name, where you're coming from. Say hey. But today, guys, is day 2 of my 4-day Juice Fast of Fitness. Year 10. It's a 10-year anniversary, because 10 years ago is when I stepped into this journey, and man, it changed the way that I look at nutrition. I look at food. It just changed me as a person, and I think when I say change, I mean change for the better, because I have developed a greater relationship with my food, with my nutrients. And when I say relationship, I mean a conscious awareness of what I'm consuming, and getting more into the mechanics of what's in the food and how it's benefiting my body. And that's where as a person, I believe making that mind to nutrition connection, just like when we're working out, we're trying to make that mind to muscle. If I'm working the biceps, it's mind to muscle where the biceps are concerned. If I'm doing the shoulders, it's mind to shoulders. Well, with our food, it's the same way, especially with living food, because when you're dealing with live nutrients, it carries a life force, just like I carry a life force. And the creator's mindset was that we would become one with that nutrition, so that we can, live healthily and enjoy the life that we were given. Okay, and again, this only takes place in the realm of live food. It doesn't happen with dead food. Okay, it happens with live food. So with live food, when you're preparing your meals, even your juice meals, you want to prepare your meals. If it's a raw salad, you want to make that salad pretty. Why? Because taking the time to create a meal that is appealing to the eyes, it shows you're taking care. You're putting in care and concern about what you're consuming. And especially with live food, the food literally responds off of good vibrations, okay, good energy. All right, if you bring good, that's why you pray over your food. You bring good energy and life force into the food, so that when you consume it, okay, you have that same high vibration, okay? Because remember, most food, 78% water, just like we 80% water, okay? And water responds to frequency, okay? And if you put the wrong kind of frequency in water, it will actually have a negative effect. Put a positive frequency in water, and you have a positive effect. And you've probably heard of that ice experiment where they took water and they froze it and they let it crystallize, and they put it around words. They write a word on it, or they put it around music or whatever. I think it's words that they wrote on the cup of ice. And what happened was, if it was a positive word, you would get these beautiful crystals. If it was a negative word, you get these twisted warp crystals. Okay, how's it going? So it's kind of the same thing that happens with us. We tend to respond to positive and negative energy with relation to food, believe it or not. So anyway, 4-day juice fast. I told you guys yesterday what I was focusing on. Fulvic acid was one of the nutrients that that I'm featuring in my journey. Also, body was the other one, which is a superfood here. And I want to go over some of the properties in that, and also the discipline part of juice fasting, or just any type of fast. What goes into the mind of a person that is looking at day one down the road, to day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, how do you wrap your mind around that kind of discipline to not engage in eating like everyone else eats, on a daily basis? Yes. And that's where I've talked about before, and I've shared this yesterday, about the art of eating without eating, which is what I want to get into, because this formula right here is basically a juice powder formula. Some of it, and if there's any fiber, the fiber is so low in this that the body's not going to really pick up on it and initiate digestion. But this stuff right here, guys, is what I'm talking about when I talk about the art of eating without eating, because this is a powder form, right? Powder form of the juice, and then when we take the juice, we drop it in. I like to put mine in my tea and consume it, okay? Boop, like that, and then I drink it, all right? So with a juice fast, you're still getting nutrients. You're not starving yourself, okay? Unlike a water fast. Now, water fast is different. You're getting hydration, but you're not getting nutrients. So there is a deeper discipline, a greater deprivation that you're going to go through with a water fast. With a juice fast, all you're doing is you're taking the micronutrients of the fiber. Let's say the fiber of a beet, the fiber of a carrot, the micronutrient juice fiber of an apple, the micronutrient juice of the fiber of a celery. And that's what you're consuming, because that's what your body is going to extract. If you ate a carrot, if you ate a beet, if you ate an apple, your body is going to, through the process of digestion, as the food passes through, it's going to be absorbing the juice out of those food sources through the intestinal wall into your bloodstream, because you're, again, at the cellular level, you're not fed fiber, you're fed juice. And depending on the type of juice you consume, that's going to determine your overall health. So if you are someone who's carrying a lot of weight and you're tired and you have headaches, you have back pains, you're walking around with low energy, you got brain fog, again, what kind of juice is being resynthesized through your intestinal wall? What are you consuming? Okay, that's what's determining that outcome. Now, a person that's healthy, like myself, okay, I've been expressing health over the past 30 years as I've been doing this and getting better and better at it. I'm not saying I'm a perfectionist at it, but I'm getting better at knowing my body, knowing what it needs, and taking care of it. And then, through fitness, seeing what this thing can do when you put it on a high alkaline, high megahertz, high vibration, high raw diet, especially when it comes to juicing. And the outcome is I'm doing, over 40 pull-ups. I'm doing over 100 push-ups. I'm doing now pull-ups and muscle-ups. Okay, for a guy, I'm grandpa now. I got my son's 30 years old this year. Daughter 29, 28. So I am growing at a pace biologically that is indicative of somebody that's a 25-year-old. That's how slow my aging process has dwindled down to, okay? And that only has happened in the realm of one of my anti-aging techniques, which is juice fasting, okay? So what did I have today for my nutrients? Let's get into it. A couple of things, not gonna go along with this, okay? Let's get into it. So body, this is the one of the superfoods that I've been using on a daily. It is it's an Ayurvedic cardio superfood, okay? Now when we think of Ayurvedic, we think about the wellness, the art of wellness from according to the Indian culture, okay? So this here is one of those formulas, okay? This is a juice powder formula, all right? And here's a little backdrop on this particular product here, okay? It says, although it is not yet proven how inflammation directly causes cardiovascular disease, because this particular superfood targets mostly the cardiovascular system. But again, because it is a functional food, the whole body benefits, okay? Although it is not yet proven how inflammation directly causes cardiovascular disease, the medical community agrees that chronic low-grade inflammation is closely linked to all stages of arteriosclerosis, a disease that underlies heart attacks, strokes, peripheral artery disease, okay? And I'm pretty sure you probably know someone in your circle who's probably suffered from one of these diseases, okay? Or an episode. And it says here about the body formula, just one serving of body, one serving, guys, provides powerful nourishment for your cardiovascular system and helps reduce chronic inflammation. Okay, heart of every disease, borderline, is inflammation. So this particular formula here helps to reduce chronic inflammation with our proprietary high nitrate beetroot juice combined with hawthorn berry for maximum nitric oxide delivery. Okay, so let's get into some of the ingredients here. So we have the beets, okay, is one of them, which it talks about in the opening of some of the ingredients. And researchers have known for some years, for some time, that juice may help lower, or beet juice may help lower blood pressure. But in 2010, UK researchers revealed that nitrate is the special ingredient in beetroot which lowers blood pressure and may help fight heart disease. Okay, so I'm all about helping, feed my body at the cellular level, because I believe my body is self-healing. Okay, I have a intelligence, and you have an intelligence inside of you called your self-healing body. All right, it operates apart from consciousness. It is part of the autonomic nervous system, which means that part of your body that operates without you even having to do anything about it. All right, so my job, I believe, as a someone that has been created by the Creator, is to provide the best nutrients for my self-healing body, so that when I consume food, it can then take that and keep both it and me nourished or healthy and out of the window of sickness. Okay, and all sickness is when the body is suffering from either a deficiency or something that has entered it that should not be there, and then you're going to have a cellular malfunction. Okay, so deficiency, or again, the wrong type of food source or beverage inside the body that's causing a disruption. Okay, just like if you put the wrong kind of fuel in the car, what's it gonna do? Ka-conk, 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 ka-conk. And some of us are doing that right now. We're going ka-conk, 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 because we're putting junk in here instead of real live food. Okay, Juice Man said, live food, live bodies. Okay, that's why this is powerful. Okay, hawthorn berry, another ingredient here. Hawthorn berry. Hawthorn berries are used widely in an approved treatment for early stages of heart failure in Europe. Okay, according to the University of Maryland, hawthorn berries contain compounds that help dilate blood vessels, prevent damage to blood vessels, and improve blood flow. Okay, so for you guys who may be dealing with erectile dysfunction and things like that, as far as your sexuality is concerned, this is one that can help improve that, because when a person is dealing with that kind of sickness or debilitation, it's because, again, it's a dietary thing. Too much trans fats clogs the arteries, restricts the blood flow. Okay, you keep thinking that you eating your meat and your chicken and your pork fried ribs or whatever, and you just eating all this grease, and you thinking that's healthy for you, but it's really clogging your arteries. Okay, and so with a product like this, long term, what it's going to do is it's going to help dilate those blood vessels, help prevent damage to the blood vessels, because again, you're feeding your cells, your body at the cellular level, nutrients that it can use, so it can do what? Improve blood flow. Okay, that's a sensitive subject, but on the real, it needs to be talked about, because people are looking for answers. Okay, so for someone who has high blood pressure, this can be an answer to help with that. Okay, you're dealing with heart disease, this can be an answer to deal with that. Okay, going on. curcumin or turmeric. And we heard a lot about so much about turmeric, especially when it comes to inflammation. And shortly here it says a study published in the Journal of Nutrition Research stated that curcumin, the primary polyphenol in turmeric, and which gives it the spice, okay, or gives the spice its golden hue, is as effective in improving vascular function in postmenopausal women, okay, as a moderate aerobic exercise training regimen. So here again we have turmeric, again, helping to improve vascular function, all right? And if you're improving vascular function, you're minimizing the risk of what? Inflammation, all right? Antioxidant complex. Berries contain particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Increased intake of polyphenols may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by an impressive 46%. So when you think about, we've just gone through 3 of the ingredients in here. There are over 15 different superfoods in this one formula. All of this vibration, all of this alkalinity, and all the benefits of the different categories of superfoods in here is going into my body. So with that comes what? The life force. So you guys want to know why I'm doing muscle ups? This is part of the reason why, okay? You want to know how I got to do 50 pull-ups? This is part of the reason why, because I'm giving my body the highest form of nutrients it could possibly get to give me the best outcome on the physical level, plus slowing the aging down, looking and feeling young, okay? Not just looking good, because I ain't about looking good. The food is what makes me look handsome and attractive, okay? It's not a genetic thing. It's what the nutrition does. It's keeping me youthful longer, all right? All right, alma, another ingredient in here. It says here about this, it says the Indian gooseberry. So alma is an Indian gooseberry. I ain't never heard of that before, so I'm learning as I go along.
What are you eating right now?
Huh?
What is that?
Oh, this is a body formula.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, gooseberries.
Yeah.
So we had, is it Indian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in grade school, we had to do Indian shit. We had to come up with Native American names.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that was one of the things that they talked about. I know nothing about it, but I remember it being on the list of food they ate.
Interesting.
Gooseberries.
Yeah.
It is interesting, dude.
Yeah.
What's it say about it?
So anyway, as I was going to say, see, I'm live right here, and my man right here is breaking it down, okay? So it says Indian gooseberries has been well known to practitioners of Ayurvedic medicine for more than 3,000 years.
Jesus.
There's growing evidence that the humble almond berry offers nearly legendary powers in healing and preventing arteriosclerosis and related cardiovascular disease.
Badass.
So you see, this is what's happening here, man. If you keep doing things like this, what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for health as opposed to sickness. Okay, this is being what? Proactive. All right. So not only as a fitness and wellness coach am I concerned about, teaching people how to do it right. I'm one that wants to be living that reality. So people, when they see me, they're like, dang, bro, like, what you doing, man? And I'm like, look, it's very simple. It's apples and oranges. Now, it's simple to share with you and tell you, but it's a whole different thing to practice it because, we've come with our food demons, our food lovers, okay? And they love us and they hate us at the same time because a lot of the food that we eat, although it tastes good, at the end of processing and digesting that, it acts and behaves in our body as a disruptor of health. Okay, so you gotta start learning to get away from the taste and start getting more into what is going to benefit me at the cellular level. If you really love yourself, look, we say self, love yourself. Let's change that. Love your cells. Okay, love your cells. And to love your cells, you got to know what your cells need to be healthy. And when you love your cells, then you start to truly love yourself. Okay, you can put on clothes, makeup, or whatever, nice suit, put on cologne, but that's not really loving yourself. That's just making yourself look good. That's all exterior. You want to get below the skin. Okay, so that's what I love about juice fasting because it helps me get below the skin. Okay, adaptogen complex. Let's talk a little bit about that before I move on. Adaptogen complex. It says helps body to achieve a state of homeostasis. Homeostasis is balance by assisting hormone-producing glands such as hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenals, thyroid, and pancreas, as well as other glands and some hormone-producing organs such as liver, kidney, heart, and thymus. Okay, so this helps to regulate and balance our hormones. All right, because when our hormones are out of whack, again, we are then out of whack. Especially when we're dealing with a lot of stress, it can really, really affect our how hormones behave. So that's a little bit about body. I want to share a little bit more about Fulvic because I believe Fulvic is one of those rare qualities in our nutrition that if it were truly present in all our food today, we would see very few hospitals, very few urgent cares in the country, very few, because it would be naturally in the food without being disrupted by the natural process of growth, dying. Basically, fulvic acid is that basic component in the byproduct of microorganisms. Once they break down the food, they then, just like we do when we poop, well, they cast off this black humic substance, and part of that humic substance is fulvic acid. Okay, and in that fulvic acid are these micro, almost nano-like particles that give life and nourishment to plants. So then when we eat the plants, we then take on that life and nourishment. And this is what has been robbed by over 80% in all commercial agricultural fields, guys. And this is the reason why a lot of people are sick today. Again, something for you to study, something for you to research. And the beautiful thing is we have been able to figure out a way to get it to the body in a bioavailable form so that we can be the best version of ourselves when it comes to our health and wellness. So let me segue over here real quick. Here we go. I think this is what I want. There's just so much out there, man. I mean, you gotta. So when you guys see me dancing while I'm doing these muscle ups, and I'm doing all that because it's just an exciting place to be right now. You know, at my age, you know, I ain't even thinking about aging because I'm attracting that into my life, you know. So not only am I attracting it, but I'm also researching, studying, and applying it. And so for me, it's like I'm not even thinking about the aspect of aging like that. Yeah, you could sit there and say, oh, age is just a number. Yeah, it is just a number, but if you're not taking care of yourself, you will be aging with that number. And so it does become a point of fear of getting older. Well, what about this? What if you could flip the script and fear to not get older? You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, am I gonna continue to just stay young, you know, for so many more years in my life, while all my other friends around me are just like getting older and, you know, not able to keep up with how we used to go and hang out and play, you know, basketball, football, baseball, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you like to be in a body that's 50 years old, being able to do everything you did when you were a kid? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And that's why eating the high alkaline, high raw diet is second to none in terms of the true riches of life. You know, it's like you can do more. Just like when you have a lot of money, you've developed a system where you are bringing in so much money now that you have the freedom to do things that other people can't do. What's the same thing in the arena of health? Once you set yourself up and you stay in this window of nutrition, you're going to be able to experience life and do things that other people can't do at the age that you are. Okay, why? Because again, they just haven't availed themselves of the opportunity to be healthy, and it's all around us. Okay, it's all around us, guys. This is just a short aspect of what I'm talking about. This is going to be on my YouTube page, Wellness Coach Troy Monroe. I'm going to post this there because I know there's some people that are also following and checking me out on that platform. So a couple things about fulvic acid. I want to talk about the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. This is where all our energy comes from. So how does fulvic acid affect energy? I think that's what a lot of us are looking for today, is how do I get natural energy outside of, energy drinks or some kind of caffeine that is highly toxic, that's just going to give me this jolt, but then it's going to bring me down afterwards. How can you have like all day natural energy? Fulvic acid can provide that for you. Check it out. Your mitochondria are your powerhouse for your cells. They are the hub where the food you consume becomes transformed into energy. So if the food you're consuming is not transforming itself into energy for you, then you're eating the wrong kind of food. Okay. So that's what happens. You consume food, it's supposed to become transformed into energy that your body can use to fuel all of its essential processes. Okay, so the heart's got to work, the lungs got to work, okay, the liver's got to work. Everything has to work based upon the energy that you get from food. But if you're not getting any energy from food, if you feeling brain fog, well, guess who else is feeling brain fog? Your self-healing body. All your organs are feeling the same thing. So you are running on 40 watts of power instead of 120 watts. Okay, what I'm talking about is setting yourself up to run on 120 watts. So when I'm juice fasting, guys, you think I'm hungry right now? No. I've set myself up to absorb at the highest level because the intestinal tract is clean, the micronutrients. So I'm operating at a high function of energy, okay, with no fiber needed in order to give me that feeling of being satiated, okay? All right, so when your mitochondria are dysfunctional or weak, okay, this is where most of us are, sadly. Issues like chronic fatigue, adrenal imbalances, muscle weakness, and many more can present, okay? In fact, in order for your immune system to protect you, having healthy mitochondria is essential. So you wonder why you're getting COVID, colds, and you breaking down with, these different kind of diseases your doctor's telling you have? It's right here, okay? Nutrition, failure of nutrition that you're consuming to provide energy, okay? Provide energy. When you have enough energy from what you consume, when you get the right type of energy, I'm telling you, you will not eat a lot of food every day. You won't, okay? Imagine just doing just one of these, just one, and having enough energy to get you through a whole entire day. And all you doing is maybe drinking water and some tea. And you only doing one scoop of this. That's how powerful this stuff is. Once you start cleaning up the digestive tract and get it really clean, then you become more receptive to nutrition and you can really understand what I'm talking about. Okay, because you'll be like, dang, I ain't even hungry. And you only did one scoop of something like this in a superfood form. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Powerful. This is what's taking me up and over the bar as far as muscle up's concerned. All right, here we go. So, and we're going to end on this one. As a rich source of oxygen, one of the ways in which fulvic acid may enhance mitochondrial function is by supporting a process called oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, I'm going to say that again. As a rich source of oxygen, remember the most important nutrient is what? Oxygen. One of the ways in which fulvic acid may enhance mitochondrial function. What are mitochondria? Your mitochondrial are what? Your energy source, okay? Your powerhouse cells. They're your little batteries inside the cells that give you energy, all right? And it's up to you. It is your responsibility to feed your mitochondria the right type of fuel to give it energy so you can function at the highest level, okay? So we're learning something here. Go back up to that point. Okay. As a rich source of oxygen, fulvic acid. One of the ways in which fulvic acid may enhance mitochondrial function is by supporting a process called oxidative phosphorylation. Without getting too deep into the science, this is the process by which your mitochondria uses nutrients including oxygen, to package energy in the form of ATP, okay, androgen triphosphate, then becomes available to your body to use as fuel, okay? So again, this process of phosphorylation is a process by which your mitochondria uses nutrients, real live nutrients, to package energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and then becomes available to you for your body as fuel. That's what I'm talking about. ATP, baby. Okay, the ultimate ATP delivery and producer is live, raw, superfood nutrients. And fulvic acid is one of the number one sources of how that can take place for you, because, like I said before, this is what's taking me from a pull-up to over the bar. All right. Now, in closing, I want to say this. It takes a lot of prayer and discipline and research to step into this arena. Okay, I don't step into this arena without having that kind of knowledge. I didn't step into this arena without preparing myself way before that. So I don't encourage anybody to do a 4-day juice fast without really doing the research and then taking the baby steps, doing a 1-day juice fast, 2-day, 3-day, and then being consistent on that until you start developing the mindset and becoming more in touch with your body to see how juice is actually hitting you absent of fiber. Okay, and you have to get past that mental block of, oh man, I'm not eating, oh man, I'm not eating, or oh man, I missed this food, I missed that particular food. You know, once you get past that, now you're stepping into a whole other plane of reality. Okay, and this is where, when I say reality, this is what real food is. Okay, real food is not so much the life force is not in the fiber. The fiber just serves as a delivery system. It holds the nutrients, but your body is going to extract that as it passes through the 32-foot long digestive tract. The body's going to extract all that. Okay, so you're going to be subsisting on juice, and again, like I said before, the type of juice you resynthesize through your intestinal wall, that's going to determine how you age, how you look exterior, how your energy feels, how your aura is, okay, how you function sexually, okay, all of that, especially as we get older, because these are things that we worry about, and we control that, okay. So like I said before, it's going more alkaline. So again, the discipline side is that I've done it. You know, I started out slow, and then I just increased more days and more days and more days until I was impressed by the spirit to do a 4-day juice fast. And from that first one that I did, I was convinced that this is the pathway that I must continue to go on in order to really get in touch with my body, to do a yearly cleanse naturally with that very low cost, right? I'm not spending a lot of money on juicing and all that, especially with the juice powders. It allows me to really condense time, okay? Because all I got to do is take a scoop of this, drop it in water or in my tea, and be on my way, okay? So thanks for tuning in, and if you guys have any questions, you guys want to know about how to get some of these superfoods that I've been talking about, inbox me, okay? Say, hey man, I want to try one of those superfood formulas or the fulvic acid, and I'll give you a 2-for-1. If you reach out, you know, and say, hey man, I'd like to try the fulvic acid, I'll get you a $25 gift card. And with that gift card, what you want to do with it is that don't cheapen yourself. Say, oh, I'm just going to spend $25, you know, and just try. No, do yourself a favor. Give yourself at least 60 days on a product. So buy enough to where you have 60 days to really experience something that is going to help your body at the cellular level. See, y'all messing around. You still thinking you have time to put in your body something cheap and then get a healthy outcome. That day ain't never coming, man, because you only have today to get it right. You only have today, and it's up to you to do that. So I've been an example to you for 10 years of what's possible, okay? The only thing that's hard is making that change. Because, yeah, you're going to have to give up the bad, crappy food you've eaten, because the bad, crappy food is what's making you look crappy, feel crappy, okay? Operate in a crappy form. Well, don't you want to stop doing that? Okay? This guy at 70 years old is knocking out these muscle ups. That impressed me so much, I started to go in that direction and do that. Okay? Just like when I figured out, about superfoods, I went in a direction and started doing that. Okay? And so this is what you want for yourself. You want health for yourself. You want health for your family. Okay? You want to save a lot of money and time and heartache and doctor bills. You need to go more alkaline on superfoods. And juice fasting is just one of those ways that you can just unlock a powerful healing potential that you don't even know you have. Okay? You don't even know you got it, man. But I'm telling you, it's there. You just got to unlock it. It's just like with growth hormone. People injecting themselves with, synthetic growth hormone. You can unlock it yourself, but it's going to take you putting yourself in a position to exercise in a way that you're not comfortable with to get to the level where you start producing, anti-aging, growth hormone naturally. It's powerful, man. And again, that's just one of the secrets that I've learned and I've implemented, and boom, I'm getting these massive results. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Love you to help. 10 year 40 Juice Fast of Fitness, day 2. It's going down. Day's almost over. And I'm about to go do some muscle ups in a couple hours because it's on and popping. I'm actually on that. So I got my shirts in here because, when I do muscle ups, it's muscle ups by color. So I'm going to choose I think I'll probably rock this today since I'm wearing it. And then I'll do some poses. But I ain't taking off the shirt until this is my journey's over with, because I'm going to compare my body this year to all my other pics from last year, and I'll usually take off my shirt and start taking pictures until the journey's over, or like during the journey, and not show it afterwards. But I ain't trying to do all that right now, because my focus is just sticking to the regiment, the routine, the juice, the journey. Okay, because I've done it for 10 years, but it doesn't mean it doesn't come with its difficult points, okay? And I've described to you some of those, all right? But I've been locked in it for so long and for so many years that it's easier every year to start. It's just there's this emptiness, this weird emptiness that you feel throughout the course of a day, and that's just something that's like a temptation to kind of fall back, but you just got to bring it, got to hone it in and say, nah. I already know it's the juice and the fiber that feeds me. It's the juice and the fiber that gives me energy. It's the juice and the fiber that gives me nourishment. It's the juice and the fiber that gives me strong immunity. It's the juice and the fiber that gives me cleansing and detoxification. Okay? There's not one particle of fiber that can do that. It's only the juice. Blame it on the juice. Gotta blame it on the juice, baby. All right. Anyway, y'all know what to do. Love you to help. See you on the inside.